So today we will be doing the five types of forms of business organization. So proprietorship, then joint Hindu family business, then partnership, cooperative societies, and joint stock company. So let's start with the first one, that is sole proprietorship. What do we mean by sole proprietorship? Sole means alone, the only one, and proprietor means the owner. So sole proprietorship is the form of business organization which is owned, managed, and controlled by a single person only. Just let read it. The word sole means only and proprietor means owner. Therefore, sole proprietor means the only owner of a business. Sole proprietorship is the form of business organization which is owned, financed, managed, and controlled by a single person who enjoys all the profits and bear all the risk. As there is only one person who is running the business, so whatever will be the profit will be only for him only. Doesn't have to share with it with anyone. And after that, whatever will the risk over in the business, whatever will be the risk, he has to bear it all alone. So proprietorship means the person bearing all the things alone. The definitions of sole proprietorship is, according to L.H. Haney, the individual proprietorship is the form of business organization at the head of which stands an individual as one who is responsible, who directs its operations, and who alone run the risk of failure. Now, where in which type of businesses the sole proprietorship gets suitable? Is suitable for which type of business? The first one is business which are carried out on small scale with modest capital and limited managerial talent, such as medical store, grocery store, bakeries, small factories, etc. So where the things are on the very small scale, with their sole proprietorship form of business is suitable for that business. Second one is business where customers demand personalized services. Personalized services like your tailor shop, saloon services, and then the dry cleaners. They comes under also sole proprietorship. Business producing artistic goods like embroidery, craft center, etc. Businesses where risk is negligible, where the risk is very of less amount, like chartered accountants, doctors, lawyers. They don't have so much of risk in their business. So in these four kinds of businesses, sole proprietorship is suitable. Now, what are the features of sole proprietorship? The main features of sole proprietorship are as follows. First one is formation and closure. Formation means to form, to open a business, and it is very easy to open and close the sole proprietorship form of business. Why is it so? Because there is no need of any agreement or any other legal formalities, but in some cases some legal formalities are required. But mainly in the sole proprietorship form of business, there are no legal formalities required to open or close the business. So it is very easy type of form of organization. Second is liability. The liability means the amount which is payable by the sole proprietorship. So the sole proprietor over here, the liability of the sole proprietor is unlimited. Unlimited. Why is it unlimited? In case he is unable to pay off the liabilities, then his personal assets will also be sell out to repay that bad debts. So the liability of the sole proprietor is unlimited. So whenever he is unable to pay any of the liability in the business, then his personal assets like his car, his house, everything will be taken away by the uh, person who he has to pay the amount. Next is sole risk bearer and profit recipient. In the sole proprietorship form of business, whatever the profit comes is of the sole proprietor only. He doesn't have to share it with anyone. And whenever there is any loss or any risk in the business or any failure in the business, that also be bared by him only. One man control. everything is in the control of one man, in under one man only, that is the owner of the business. He is the only one who has to manage everything in his business. He is the advisor also, he is the financer also, manager also. He doesn't require to consult anyone or to take permission from anyone to take his decisions. So he is the only one who has to do anything in the business. So he only manage and control his own self only. Then so no separate entity means the business and the sole proprietor are one and the same. They doesn't have any separate identity. Both are the one in the eyes of the law. Lack of business continuity. Why there is lack of business continuity? Because if a person who is running a business dies, or he is of unsound mind, or he doesn't he gets imprisoned, then who will manage his business on his behalf? There is no one to control or manage his business, so there is possibility that his business will get closed. So there is lack of business continuity in the single form of ownership. I hope I am clear to everyone. Then merits advantage. Okay. Then merits or advantages of sole proprietorships. What are the benefits or advantages of sole proprietorship? First one is quick decision making. As he doesn't have to consult anyone or doesn't have to take the permission from anyone, he has to take his own decisions. So at that spot only he can take his own decisions, and that is very quick one. So in the sole proprietorship form of business, the decision making is very quick. Then sense of accomplishment means that there is a personal satisfaction involved in working for oneself. Means when the person does something, he does it for his own, he is doing his business for his oneself, so he is doing it for self satisfaction. Though whatever he will be doing in the business, whatever the success he has in his business, that is because of his self satisfaction only. He has full confidence on his achievement. Then secrecy, there is no one to whom he has to tell anything, so all the secrets are with him only. So in the case of proprietorship, it is easy to keep and maintain secrecy because all the secrets of the business rest with the proprietor himself. A sole proprietor is also not forced by law to disclose trade secrets with others and to publish his accounts. He can maintain utmost secrecy in all business affairs, which provides him greater competitive strength. As he doesn't have to show it anywhere in the government accounts or anywhere, so all the secrets lies with him only. Direct incentive means the more the efforts he will do, and he will get more the return. So in the sole proprietorship form of business organization, there is direct relationship between efforts and outcomes. Because if the proprietor puts additional efforts to grow his business, he will get extra profit, and by that extra profit, the proprietor get motivated, and he will do business with full confidence and enthusiasm. So this is direct incentive which will be given to the sole proprietor only. Then easy formation and closure, as we have done it in characteristics also, that there are no legal formalities required to open or close the sole proprietorship form of business. So in some cases there is license required, like to open a chemist shop, one has to have one certificate with him and license with him to open a chemist shop. But otherwise, there is no need of any legal formalities to open or close the sole proprietorship form of business. Whenever a proprietor wants, he can open or he can close his business. Then flexibility of operations means a sole proprietor has complete control over his business and is the supreme judge of all affairs. He is free to alter or modify the nature and scope of his business to suit the changing conditions of the market without any delay. Due to this reason, it is said that sole proprietorship form of business organization is flexible. Flexible means that he can change any time the nature of his business. Whatever he wants to do, he can do at any time. He wants to change his business, he can change, because he doesn't have to require to consult anyone, and there is no legal formalities over there. So in sole proprietorship form of business, there is flexibility in operations. Now, what are the merits or disadvantages of sole proprietorship form of business? First one is limited resources. Why there is limited resources? Resources means capital, money, the amount which is required for the business to run. As he is the single owner, so whatever he has to whatever money he has to do his business in that only. He doesn't have more borrowing capacity, or he doesn't have a limit. He has, but he has limited personal savings or borrowings. He can't borrow it from everyone he wants. So the borrowing capacity depends on his assets and credit worthiness. So banks and other lending institutions may reluctant to extend a long-term loan to a sole trader. The weakness of financial resources may put obstacles in the expansion of the business. As there is limited resources with him, uh, means financial resources, so he doesn't expand his business so easily. So next is limited life of a business concern. Limited life means as soon as the sole proprietor dies, or he get imprisonment, insanity, bankruptcy, insolvency. In any of the cases, in the eyes of law, the business and the sole proprietor considered as one and the same. So if one of these things happens to the sole proprietor, the business also gets closed at that moment only. Then unlimited liability. Yes, the sole proprietor has the unlimited liability. This is the disadvantage for him, because whenever he doesn't able to pay off the debts of any of the uh, person, then his own personal assets also get sell off to pay off all his debts. The last one is limited managerial ability. We know that any person can be good in each and everything. Some has some problems also. So as he has limited managerial ability, he cannot manage all the things on his own. He does require someone else also. So it is not possible for him to do anything on his own. Maybe the decision taken by him may be wrong or may be right. So he can take the wrong decisions also. Because of that, the business can suffer losses also, because a human being, he is also a human being, he can also do some mistakes or errors can occur with him also. So there are a lot of things which a single person cannot take on its own. So this is also a disadvantage in this sole proprietorship form of business. So conclusion is, though sole proprietorship suffers from various drawbacks, many people continue to prefer this form of organization because of its various merits, such as confidentiality of information, flexibility of operations, prompt decision making, easy formation and closure, and sense of accomplishment and direct incentive. So what is the conclusion? So how, whatever be the disadvantage, but the advantages of the sole proprietorship are more than the disadvantages. So this form of organization is suitable, is very uh, good for everyone. So many persons says that many of the people wants to do sole proprietorship form of business only instead of any other business.